Let's talk about former President Donald Trump for a second. He's trying to turn New York red in November.
He's heading back to the city at the end of this month, this time at the world's most famous arena. Good Day's Robert Moses outside Madison Square Garden this morning with the details. Robert.
Kurt and Rosanna, often we tell you that the former president is holding a rally in what is traditionally thought of as a battleground state like Wisconsin or Pennsylvania. And in fact, today he is rallying in Pennsylvania. But he continues to treat New York like it is a battleground state.
I think I'll do one maybe at Madison Square Garden.
Back in February, former President Donald Trump floated the possibility of a rally at the world's most famous arena. He's now planning on doing one on October 27th, 9 days before Election Day, according to the New York Post. It will follow one in Crotona Park over the summer and another at Nassau Coliseum last month, and shows the former president believes that devoting resources to historically blue New York so close to Election Day could pay off.
The people of New York are angry. People that would have never voted for me because I'm a Republican. I mean, they're Democrats. Their parents would never, they vote for Democrats. I think they're going to vote for me.
Vice President Kamala Harris hopes not. She cracked open a beer with Stephen Colbert as she concluded a media blitz in the city yesterday. But much of the interview with Colbert was serious. He asked her about revelations in a soon-to-be-published book called War by journalist Bob Woodward that, according to an unnamed aide, former President Trump had spoken with Russian President Vladimir Putin as many as 7 times since leaving office, and, while he was still in office, sent Putin COVID tests for his personal use.
You remember what those days were like? You remember how many people did not have tests and were trying to scramble to get them? He thinks Vladimir Putin is his friend. What about the American people? They should be your first friend.
Asked about the reported conversations between his running mate and Putin, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance called Woodward a hack.
Even if it's true, look, is there something wrong with speaking to world leaders? No. No?
And back to the planned rally here at the Garden. As a reality check, a recent Emerson College poll found that the former president still trails the vice president here in New York State by 14 points. So he still has some ground to make up here in the state. But nationally, this race remains a toss-up. We're live at the Garden this morning. Kurt and Rosanna, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Robert.